Hey Aquarius, I'm Lucy Ravenstone and welcome to my channel. So guys, it's May, it's my birthday, May the 3rd. I love birthdays, so I have to just slide that in there. So Aquarius, I'm doing a May reading for you. I'm only doing part 1 this month and I'm going to do a bonus Mercury in retrograde reading. We have Mercury in retrograde from May 10th to June the 2nd, I believe. That card wants to come out. I'm using the Moon Oracle, Queen of the Moon Oracles, and also the Energy Oracle cards that are very tarot-like to me for this reading. I think I'll use the Moon Oracles for my Mercury in retrograde. I am really loving these, and I haven't worked with them enough, and I'm really loving them. I think I will use them a bit more often, even with my own personal things. So there's a lot of masculine energy for you for this month, Aquarius. Which is a good vibe. I'm finding that a lot of these May readings are kind of love and relationship orientated. It wasn't obviously not my intention, I do generalized, but a lot of love is coming through for most of them. It makes sense because Taurus is ruled by Venus and the heart chakra and all that jazz. So we are getting those vibes through, which means during this Mercury in retrograde, I will talk about it probably in the Mercury in retrograde bonus reading, but I feel like the communications that are going to arise are going to be relationship based, love based. Again, love's not necessarily relationships, it could be relationships with anybody who is somebody you love, you know, family, friends. So keep that in mind. Anyways, beginning for you Aquarius, we're starting off with beauty reversed. Okay, interesting. So my first initial thoughts for you was really like kind of not seeing your own beauty. So keep that in mind, because it's kind of changing, but that's what I'm seeing. Weirdly, I'm seeing a guy with a big nose, and it is reminding of my brother who is an Aquarius, and his business is, well, he does gaming things, and he likes, you know, Nigel Thornberry, he got this is giving me that, you know, we have this big nose. So Thomas, see the beauty for who you are. I don't know why, that's just vibing through for me right now, because I literally saw that face. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to see what else I can get. So we have butterfly here. It is upright in this position. If it was the other way around, it wouldn't be. So I feel like new beginnings are in store for you. And I feel like this is a beautiful time for you. But I am getting the sense of you not seeing the beauty that's there. So I feel like you might not be seeing be grateful for what you do have, seeing the kind of joy and love that you're creating for yourself. Which is quite interesting. But I do feel like there's a new beginning sparking here. Like it's kind of just out of sight. So I do feel like you're probably going through a transition, which could mean times are a little bit hard or tricky for you at the moment. Because that kind of happens when we're going through transitions, things get a little bit tricky because that's the universe shaking things up to kind of prepping us for the good stuff. We obviously have cycles, ups and downs. It's normal, it's natural, it doesn't make it any less tough, it doesn't make it any easier, but I feel like it does help to know that, you know, what we're going through, we go through highs and lows. So when we are struggling, it's good to see the beauty in the things we're going through and what we're building, things you're working towards, because it's good to have that goal in sight. The first card is man holding a coin. I'm actually going to say, like, the next one down is daughter value in reverse. This man holding the coin, I don't put gender to my cards, but like with this deck there is a man holding a coin, there's a female holding a coin, so this is generally a masculine card, so it can actually generally mean that there's a man here that can offer you kind of assistance or has a dominant power in regards to career, anything work, financial stability. He is kind of looking seductive to me. I'll show you the imagery. He's there just dangling this coin in front of you. I do get the sense of it being like that something is being dangled in front of you, and I feel like it is a guy that's dangling an offer that could either be stability, it could be, and by stability and foundations, that kind of thing, you know, it can mean home, place to stay, or support, just something like those masculine roles that are more action based, because it's giving me that masculine energy rather than that fine feminine divinity It's giving masculine, and I feel like it's action based. There's somebody there who can generally be a support for you, or perhaps are dangling that offer there in front of you, and it could feel too good to be true. But I feel like it's something you probably should take them up on, because the next one is daughter value in reversed. So I feel like you have more money going out than you have coming in, and I feel like this is why it's very seductive. Perhaps that guy that is dangling it, because I do get this slight feel here of it, maybe because it's feeling too good to be true, or maybe it's not that, it's like it's something you don't want to take for a reason, because perhaps it is it's seductive in the sense of it's somewhere where yes, you could go there but you don't want to. Okay, interesting. But yes, the daughter value in reverse is giving me kind of like you have more money going out than you have coming in. And the card that comes straight after that is rest and rejuvenation. So you need to slow down, stop spending, stop going out. And I feel like as well, perhaps you've been living abundantly in the sense of like you eating out all the time and not taking care of yourself in the sense because you've just thrown money at it. But this is sort of saying like you got way too much going out, and if you don't slow down, rest and rejuvenate, it's going to keep staying that way. I feel like this is now time for you to really go within and start treating yourself better. I'm getting this self-care, self-love vibe. I'm also getting kind of, I don't know, I'll show you what it is. So I'm feeling something with this breeze here. It's like a wrapping of an energy. I do feel like you have a support somewhere, and it does feel masculine as well. So again, when I say masculine, it doesn't necessarily mean a man, but I am feeling that there's a man or a boy, like just a male, who is supportive for you. So it could be a brother, it could be a friend, it could be a dad, it could be a husband, a partner. I just feel that there's a masculine support and wrapping around you. Obviously this is a guy, but I'm representing this as you. For me, this card feels like it's you, and you're being nurtured by some masculine energy, because I'm getting that man with the coin. And they really are just a support. They're just there to support you. And I feel like their intentions are kind of genuine too. It feels like a good positive thing, not anything to look out for. So yeah, keep that in mind, masculine support. So the middle of May we have self-reflection. So let me take a look at that for you, what that means. Now I feel like there is a build-up of emotion for you. There's something kind of, actually I'm going to say draining. I feel something is draining for you during this time. But it's kind of like, it's draining your energy, but building up your emotional self. Now, when something does drain our energy, it does heighten our senses. We can be much more irrational. We can go depressive. We can go emotional, like feel upset and sensitive over things. And I feel like that's what I'm getting here. A really build up of emotions and just being physically drained. I'll show you the imagery that I'm seeing. So you are seeing the card before I continue. Now, self-reflection is very much, it's giving me this self-loving vibes where it's like you need to really focus on yourself and what your needs are during this time. But yeah, I'm getting this tired. You are tired. You're worn out. And I feel like you're being stretched to two ways here. That you're being stretched, and it's exhausting. And both sides are exhausting. But one side, I'm going to say equally actually, they both feel like they drain you in different ways. It's just exhausting time for you, being torn apart by two things. Keep that in mind with your self-reflection. Okay, the next card is third chakra, Archangel Camuel. Our third chakra is our solar plexus, I believe. This is here. So you have him reversed, but there you go. It's our gut instincts. This is how I connect to the divine. This is how I know, I kind of receive my intuition. I feel like it's in your gut. And this is how I connect with my guides. It's through that solar plexus chakra. Now, I feel like for you, you are not there's something good here. So you may be having bowel problems, you may be feeling unwell, and I definitely feel like it's all this stress is what's causing this. If you are having any kind of problems within that area with your stomach, I do feel like it's because of this place that you're in right now. It feels very stressful, very, again, exhausting, wearing you down, pulling you down. I am getting a lot of yellow, so I feel like when we are working with our chakra and we're healing our chakra, it's good to kind of eat the foods, so eat yellow foods, drink yellow drinks, just bathe in yellow, sunlight, wear yellow, that kind of thing. It really is, it's called color therapy. That could be something to look into if you're into that kind of thing. But I feel like something to do with your bowels may need to be assessed, but I feel like the problem is literally stress. You're holding it in your gut and it's creating this unhealthy kind of thing for you, and this comes in self-reflection. I feel like you need to realize this and what your life is doing to you so far. I do feel like it's a bit lifestyle-y as well. Like I said, more money going out, and I feel like there was some kind of thing here which was insinuating that your lifestyle is not to where it needs to be at right now for a healthy lifestyle. So keep that in mind with that third chakra. The next card is contract. This is quite interesting. So I'm going to have a read on it and what this could mean for you. So I do feel like you are blindly going into something. I'm really kind of, I'll show you the imagery that I'm getting here. I feel like you are blindly going forward this time with commitments, and I feel like this is in many areas of your life, not just one. I do feel like relationships is a good example with this. I feel like you feel kind of attached to relationships, as though you're stuck in it, as though you've signed a contract. And I feel like it's, again, balancing. And this could be, I feel like this may be something we brought up last month for you, because I feel like there was two to choose from or something within that reading. And I feel like you're still there trying to balance it. But I feel like you're just blindly going forward still. And I feel like this is really creating unhealthiness for you. Again, indecision, and we have two ways to go. Again, definitely something, it's giving you gut problems, and I feel like you cannot trust your instincts. Again, when we trust our gut, we typically are trusting our instincts. I feel like you can't, and so you're blindly just going forward and you're winging it. This is not a time for that. You need to make a decision. You need to come to the decision. You need to commit to one thing. I don't feel like this is something you can balance out by keeping two things going. Something needs to come to an end. And one way is kind of like, it's, I'll show you what I'm seeing. So one way I'm noticing these leaves falling, it feels like this is in the past. This is something that needs to be dropped away, as though it's autumn leaves, it's the end of a season, coming into winter. So it's kind of like the time for harvest. I feel like you need to harvest something and go forward with faith in this direction. So keep that in mind. So if one of the things that you're dealing with is something that you've been dealing with for some time, opposed to the opposite thing being more new, I would say go with the new, release the old. The masculine, this is why as soon as I saw that, when I turned it around, I was like, masculine energy. Then you had the masculine energy over here. I feel like taking action is going to be in your favor for this month. And I feel like Mercury in retrograde is very much, it'll bring things to the surface that you need to deal with, that you have not been dealing with, and it's all going to come up in communication. So you're going to get conflict, and you're going to get something that's going to bring it all up, and it's going to cause more stress for yourself. But that's what happens, because you're not dealing with it, you're keeping it under. So this is going to come to a surface. Now, the masculine is, when we think of in tarot, our kings, and all the masculine energy is about taking action. It's about moving forward, and that's what it's giving me. Now, he is lunar god. He is kind of giving me, there's two cards here. Ooh, interesting. Okay, I'm loving. That was hidden behind it. I didn't even know that was there. So interesting. The masculine, now he is giving me all kind of strength. Now, it's paired with protection. So to me, again, I'm getting this masculine protection, someone being there to support you. I feel like someone's just on your side here, which is really cool. protection. I definitely feel like you need to be nurturing yourself, and you need to be nurturing and leaning on this masculine for support. I definitely feel like that's the energy here, is like knowing that that support's there and you need to lean on it. It does feel like it could be like a childhood friend or somebody who is family who you've known and grown up with, because in that masculine, in the little background, there is two boys kind of just walking together, right? I mean, I don't know if they're boys, two kids walking together. So I'm getting that childhood friend, something like that could be a good thing. Thought I had my son. They're both giving me night sky energy. We have 42 and 24 as well, so I feel like it definitely is the protector and the protectee. They are opposites with each other, and this is the imbalance. You have got this all the way through, Aquarius. You have got these two aspects and then trying to balance. And I feel like this is you as well in this. Like, you are wanting to be the protector, but you are needing the protection. And I feel like this is you kind of struggling with that balance as well. And then we literally have yin yang with those two, which is the balance, which is coming to the end of May. So I do feel like you are finding that. So I feel like this is an energy you're working with, which is really great. I feel like you're doing the work and coming into that balance. The yin yang is kind of creating, kind of having that healthy balance and kind of creating that for yourself. For me, that's how I see it representing you. I feel like you are finding that space. I want to say getting the ball rolling, if that means anything to you, which means you are going to be able to reap the rewards, cornucopia. So towards the end of May, I feel like your finances and everything will start looking a lot brighter, more around your social aspect and your life in general. I feel like things will get a little bit easier, or more enjoyable, actually, is what I want to say. I'll show you the imagery again, just so you can see. I feel like things will be brighter, the light will start shining through, kind of thing. That's what I'm vibing. However, I do get this sense, with the next card being anxiety, I do feel like that you're still working with these energies. Like, Mercury retrograde is till the 2nd of June. So I feel like for you, you really are going to be going through the motions. Like, I'm really getting positive vibes in this final column. But I do feel like there's something here with what you've been putting yourself through, is how I want to say it. If what you've been dragging yourself through has kind of left you kind of in a kind of vulnerable state. I feel like you are just constantly thinking of the bad stuff. Like, even though you are safe, you are indoors, you're in this room, you've got a blanket, you know, you're in a very nice, comfortable space. Outside there's a storm brewing. Now, clouds in tarot typically can mean kind of like, well, how I read them anyway, is kind of like dream energy. So something that's not really in reality yet. It could be something like goals and stuff. To me, I feel like this is that you are kind of left focusing on things that are not really in existence. So focusing on bad things, that like the ifs, the buts, the maybes, like what'll happen if, and it's kind of just putting you in this vulnerable space. So I really do think that assessing yourself, realizing that you are vulnerable right now, is really in your best interest. Again, maybe the love vibes of the year, I definitely would say self-love is your go-to, Aquarius. This is where you need to be working on during this time. But yeah, I do feel like that you're going to move away from struggles, things are going to get easier, but I do feel like it's taken a massive toll on you. I do want you to take care of yourself, Aquarius, and make sure that you're doing everything that's in your best interest. Thank you so much. Please keep an eye out for the Mercury retrograde reading, and I'll see you next month.